What's going on, everybody? This is Patty from KHTS, and I am joined with my colleague, Mr. Cardon Ellis from Unipest.
Colleagues. We're colleagues now.
We are colleagues. I feel it. Right?
I'll hire you at Unipest, man. You can come and moonlight after you're done doing the radio. You can come and kill cockroaches and set up rat traps, man.
I appreciate that offer, Cardon. But Cardon, I brought you in here today because I want to talk to you about, well, gophers. I mean, how could we, kill these gophers? I mean, could we use a hose, gum, mothballs, dryer sheets, a gun?
Okay, so you're talking about the internet fixes.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
Cool. Okay, there's short answer and long answer. First off, okay, getting rid of gophers. Yeah, man, gophers are rough. Dude, one gopher can move like a quarter ton of earth in a year. I mean, they can do some serious damage. And you do not want them on athletic fields. You're just going to have a lawsuit. Somebody's going to break their ankle, bust a knee, something horrible like that. Not will, I shouldn't say will, but can. And also, if you got a dog, oftentimes dogs going after these things will do more landscaping damage economically than the actual original gopher will.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you got to get rid of gophers, but I have heard every single solution in the book. If you go online, there's people that swear X, Y, or Z thing from their spice closet worked, and it's half true. Okay. Dryer sheets, mothballs. Technically, it's actually against the law to use those kind of things because they're not meant to be used as pest control devices. Therefore, it's a misuse of their label. And, technically, that's actually incorrect, to say the least. But one thing dryer sheets, mothballs, sticks of gum, and all these other things that you mentioned have in common is they're nasal irritants.
Yeah.
They smell weird.
That's true. They do.
Now, if you walk into a room and it smells weird, do you want to stay in that room? No. If you don't know what the smell is, you're like, I don't know what I'm smelling, but I don't like it. I'm getting out of here.
Exactly right.
If your friend farts, you know exactly what you're smelling, and you're like, okay, I'm freaking out of here, right? So nasal irritants are an effective way of vacating and repelling things. The only problem is you get used to them. You ever worked in a restaurant and then just gotten used to how it smells? Within an hour, you don't even really notice you're in an Italian restaurant because, that's just the way it smells.
Going nose blind.
Yeah, going nose blind. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what happens is these pest populations, the reason why people oftentimes, will get on internet forums, especially in some of these like holistic blogs or organic DIY forums and so on and so forth. And they'll swear till the cows come home that you don't need an exterminator because once I had a gopher mounted, I put a dryer sheet in there and never saw him again. Right. Well, let's also not forget gophers infest a football field long area.
Yeah.
Okay. And in Santa Clarita, for example, in a square football field, there's probably 20 or 30 homes.
Yeah.
And so you might have put a dryer sheet in the hole of that gopher and it could have died of natural causes, could have been eaten by a snake, could have been a neighbor 7 doors down who you don't know that also had gopher mounds, laid a trap for it and got rid of it, right?
Right.
I think a lot of these solutions you see on the internet, because I've never been able to replicate them, and trust me, I would love the profit margin I could get if dryer sheets for 5 cents each could do what, some of the products we have to put down or some of the traps that we have to repeatedly return to. Like,
right.
I would love it if a $15 trap could be replaced by a $5 dryer sheet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
In
by
bulk.
a 5 cent dryer sheet in bulk, right? So I found that sometimes the nasal irritants, they'll work because you can repel something away. Who knows? Until maybe it just it finds usefulness elsewhere. And that kind of creates this legend online. But really, I haven't found a way in Santa Clarita to just really get rid of gophers.
Yeah.
Except for by just a solid trapping program. Actually getting rid of them in a way that you can see them. Because also you need to measure the population.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
in one yard, you could have 2 or 3 gophers. It's rare, but you easily can.
I mean, I had a gopher in my front yard about like not quite a year ago, and that was digging up some trouble right in the front by our grass and
digging up some trouble.
If I
ever start just a gopher company, I'm going to call it Digging Up Trouble.
Digging up trouble.
Yeah, that's actually
or at least be a tagline for
Dude,
it.
you're good with these puns, man. You know, you should go into pest control marketing.
Oh my goodness.
Digging Up Trouble. Or like a country band. That sounds like a country band.
That's true.
Know?
What can I say? I've seen too much TV, so I'm just campy and quippy. What can I say?
Yeah, it's all good.
But like I had some of these, and then we had them for like maybe like a month or so, and then we were doing traps, pellets, poison, you name it. Like that was safe enough for just our area.
Well, the store-bought stuff stinks. They outlawed second generation rodenticides like in 2015 or 2016. The state assembly did, and so that kind of neutered a lot of the products that you could get over the counter at like Lowe's and Home Depot and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
they're still effective enough that they can sell and people can use them.
Yeah,
but it's not what it used to be. And then you asked about the hose. I get that question a lot.
Like to flush them out, right?
Yeah. And it's actually, okay. So 99% of the time, no, you can't use the hose. And the reasoning is really interesting. Gophers survive floods. How is that possible?
Yeah,
because literally the earth is covered with water. Okay. Yeah. Well, they do it kind of similar to how beavers live in their dams, even though the water line is above the dam.
Yeah.
What they'll do is the first hole they burrow, and scientists we've learned a lot in the past 40 or 50 years by actually excavating gopher runs. Okay. Huh. And when you meet somebody who's an ecology major or who's a natural sciences major at, UC Irvine or UC Santa Barbara or whatever, and instead of doing marine biology, they're doing mammalian biology or something like that, they have these really cool classes where they'll go out camping for like a week and they'll find gopher runs and they'll have to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and map them.
Oh, wow.
And they'll actually go out and they'll map. And when they finally show the final product of this map, you will see massive, hundreds of feet long tunnel systems.
Oh, wow.
And when they're digging them, the very first thing that they dig, is actually a drainage hole generally.
Oh, wow.
So that if
smart.
water all of a sudden floods their system, it goes from a high ground to a low ground. And then the second and third and fourth holes that they dig are usually not necessarily in this order, but are oftentimes their food cache, so that any food that they're storing or holding on to doesn't just get washed away by the water. And they dig these holes upward. All the others can be dug sideways and downwards and can flood with water. But the one tunnel that they don't dig downwards or sideways is where they sleep, where they store their food. Wow. And those tunnels are dug upward so that even if the whole tunnel system does flood with water, what happens, since the air can't escape, it's like this little barometric chamber that they just wade around in, sometimes for days until the water subsides, and then they can go back up.
Wow. So it's almost like an intricate, like archaeological, like structure underground.
Yeah. It's literally like the underground caves that you see in the Middle East, or even better, very similar to the way diving bells were before we invented scuba diving. And you just have those big heavy metal bells that they would just push all kinds of compressed air into, and then, just hope the guy survived underneath.
Exactly.
But that's exactly what gophers are doing underground. So a hose usually doesn't work. I've had guys that have literally dumped hose water thinking they were going to kill the gopher. And then when they walked their dog, saw it draining out a football field away at the base of their hill. You know what I'm saying? And they got their neighbors saying, "Where's all this water coming from?"
And then he just looks the other way like, I don't know. And then it goes away.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
That's a really good coping mechanism. Very neighborly. I don't know. And then call your wife on the cell phone, "Honey, turn off the water."
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Cardon, I'm not going to lie to you. Wow. That's interesting.
Cool, huh?
I mean, that is pretty cool, but also really knowledgeable about just to what extent, gophers do and dig and whatnot. Because I knew they were smart creatures because, they're always a nuisance and very persistent as far as when I had gopher trouble. So like that makes a lot of sense with that. And Cardon, thank you so much for that. I know you got to go plug up some holes, go dig some gophers out, set up some traps.
Scare them.
Scare them away.
Loud noises.
Loud noises, indeed. Yes. Again, thank you so much, Cardon. For those of you that are willing to, need some pest control information and need some advice, please reach out to Cardon, Unipest Pest Control. You can find him at his website at www.unipest.com. And Cardon, don't you have your number for Unipest?
It's easy. It's 661 bug 7575. So 284-7575. That's bug 7575.
Fantastic. Cardon, thank you so much. This is Patty from KHTS signing out. Till we meet again, Cardon. Thanks for listening, everybody.